Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. Today's song is As Long As You Love Me. This is a song by the Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys are a boy band. They were created in 1993 by a guy called Lou Pearlman, who was inspired by the success of New Kids on the Block. They're still together, and according to Wikipedia, they are the highest selling boy band of all time. By the way, the boy band trend was apparently started by New Kids on the Block, and a boy band, as opposed to a normal band with male members, is a group of usually 3 to 6 members who sing and dance. They usually don't play any instruments, and the band is usually created by managers. They follow mainstream music trends and change their appearances to adapt to new fashion trends. And they are generally aimed at an early teen or preteen audience. When the Backstreet Boys started to become popular, I was past that target age, which probably explains why I was never a fan. But one thing I do love is the Chinese Backstreet Boys lip-synced version of As Long As You Love Me. This is their name in Chinese. In English, people call them Back Dorm Boys, Back Dormitory Boys, Chinese Backstreet Boys, Dormitory Boys, and Two Chinese Boys. They are famous for their videos lip-syncing Backstreet Boys songs and other pop songs. You've probably already seen them, but if you haven't, you definitely should. They're very funny. This is their blog. It's in Chinese, so I don't know what it says. I just looked at the pictures. Anyway, the song As Long As You Love Me is a love song. In the song, the singer is saying, I don't care about your background or what you've done in the past. All that matters is that you love me. How romantic. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you do, as long as you love me. You can use the song to study the idiom as long as. As long as can mean for the period of time that. For example, you can keep the book for as long as you want. This is a really interesting book. You can borrow it if you like. Oh really? Thanks. Okay, I'll bring it back next week. I don't really use it much, so you can keep it for as long as you like. So that's one meaning of as long as, but that's not what it means in the song. In the song it means provided that, or on the condition that. Basically the same as if. If you love me, nothing else matters. Kia ora, this is Stick News. This morning, a woman in New Zealand called the police to report the theft of 3 of her marijuana plants.
Marijuana is a psychoactive product of the plant cannabis sativa. It's known by many names such as cannabis, ganja, pot, weed, dope, skunk, and wacky tobacco. Wikipedia says it's estimated that cannabis is now regularly used by 4% of the world's adult population. However, in many countries, such as New Zealand, it's illegal. According to Normal, New Zealand has the highest recorded cannabis arrest rate in the world, at 606 people arrested per 100,000 population per year. The United States is second, with 247 arrests. Most people in New Zealand know that cannabis is illegal, so they try to be sneaky to avoid being arrested. However, some people aren't blessed with such common sense. This morning, a woman in New Zealand called the police to report a burglary. She was so upset she broke down in tears, but the police officer couldn't stop smiling. According to the New Zealand Herald, the woman had called to report the theft of 3 marijuana plants which she had growing in pots outside. The woman told the police she was a good person and she was sick and tired of lowlifes stealing her things. Police said that the community constable would be going round to see her later to have a bit of a chat.
And that was Stick News for Friday the 16th of March. Kia ora. Saint what? What's that? What do people do on St. Patrick's Day? Are there many actual Irish people in New Zealand? Do you? It's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. St. Patrick's Day. It's a public holiday in Ireland and it's celebrated in some other countries too, like New Zealand. In New Zealand, people usually drink a lot and go to an Irish bar and pretend they're Irish. I don't know, but a lot of people have Irish ancestors. I don't know, probably.
What's the opposite of far? Near. What's the opposite of good? Bad. What's the opposite of inside? Outside. What's the opposite of deep? Shallow. What's the opposite of cheap? Expensive.
And that was the Daily English Show. See you tomorrow.